In this video, we're going to take a look at the Mike Stringer amp sim made by Mixwave. The intro song that you heard was all made using the presets that come with this plugin here. Out of the box, the heavy and clean ambient tones that come with this plugin are really great quality. So I didn't really add any extra processing, just some basic stuff, just adding it to a bus and some basic bus processing, but most of the tones are just plug and play from these presets that you heard on these tracks here. For the heavy tones, I was using this preset called Roasterscope, which sounds like this on its own. For the leads and ambient tones, I was using this preset called Blessed Be Clean, which sounds like this. I also use that effect to make a whip effect, a transition between these two sections. It sounds like this. I also use this preset here, which is Infinite Reverse, which does this infinite sort of delay sound. And it sounds like this. And I just re-recorded it to another track, so it just didn't go on forever. So the amp comes with 3 amp models. The first one is this purple one, which is a British sound based on a Marshall amp. The second one is this teal rhythm tone. So this tone has a lot of gain, which matches Spiritbox's heavy tones, which they're known for. The amp's modeled after a 5150, which I'm a big fan of those amps. And the last one's the lead tone, and this one's based off a Soldano amp. So you can get some nice lead tones with this one. And the plugin also comes with 5 effect pedals. So we've got one for drive here, which has got an overdrive knob, a balance, and a tone, and a bypass. We've also got a ring mod, which sounds like this. And that pedal comes with a sync button, a bypass, some frequency ranges here, mix knob, an amount, a rate. So it's got different hertz in the rates there. And you can switch the effect pattern of the signal here as well. Also a chorus pedal with the same bypass and sync options, mix knob, the rate, and the depth. Comes with a reverb pedal, and it's got a bunch of dials here for the tone, wet, dry, and decay, low cut, high cut. All things you would expect with a reverb here. It's also got some different styles here for a room tone, a hall, and a shimmer. And a delay pedal with a bunch of nice features as well. The ping pong and a dual delay modes, which you can switch between. You can switch between analog and digital sort of sound, a lo-fi one, and a reverse. So the cab is a 4x12 cab with 2 speakers. Also, it has 21 mic options, and it has an array of impulse responses. We can see here we've got the V30s, which everyone loves the V30s, and you've got the green as well, and a bunch of different mic options here from condenser mics, ribbon mics, dynamic mics, tube mics. The cab section is very detailed and giving you 4 mic options here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 mics, and you can bypass the speakers if you want to do just 3 of them or 2 of them, so you can kind of blend them. And it gives you all the customization that you would need with the axis, the distance, the angle, delay, panning, level, also the polarity. So it's got that for each mic. So each of the 4 mics there, you could just customize your tone very in depth here with all the different mic options, cabinets, levels, and mic placements. And you can obviously grab these and position them wherever you like just by clicking the UI, which is nice. It also has these 2 unique buttons down here, one called Focus and one called Contour, which you can turn on and off by just clicking these buttons to bypass them and turn them on. And they also have a dial for both of them as well. And this is sort of like a sweetener to the tone. It gives it that final little touch. I'm not quite sure what it's doing, but it does make it sound pretty nice with them on. So this is the sound difference with them bypassed. And this is what they sound like if I turn them on. It gives it this nice tone. It kind of cuts out some of the harshness and makes it more sound like a real amp, which is kind of nice. And with the mix knobs here, you can dial in as much or as little as you want, so you can really craft that sound that you're looking for. The plugin features that it comes with, so the signal chain has a lot of customization for the input of the DI and the output of the signal, which also makes a lot more great options for customizing a tone here. So you can see up here, we've got input processing. If we click that here, we've got a bunch of options where we can turn it on and off and bypass it. So talking EQ, so this is EQing the DI signal before it's hitting the amp. So we've got all the parameters here for the high, mids, lows. And we've also got a compressor option if you want to compress the DI before it hits the amp here with the threshold and the gain here, and also a wet dry, so you can add as little compression as you would like to your DI signal. And the signal chain here has these little blocks which you can switch between, turn them on and off by just clicking them, and add anything into your chain, so you can switch anything around. You could put your cab to the very front of the chain if you want to do something crazy like that. So it gives you a lot of freedom. And also this is a nice option too if you like the amp head or the cabinet just from this plugin here. You could combine it with other amps that you love. I love it when plugins have this option to turn off cabs and turn off the amp heads. Also, we have the output processing. So if we click this one here, it gives us a compressor, so we can compress the output of the signal. We can bypass it and turn it on if we want to. Same sort of controls as the input here. And we've got an EQ option as well for the output of the signal. And also we have this little button here, which is signal order. So if you like to compress before the EQ, you could switch this here, and you can switch back and forth between those options, and you can do that with the input as well. It's got the same option there. And the plugin comes with the standard stuff that you'd expect with a premium plugin, where you can save and load presets. You've got a built-in guitar tuner, where you can also turn off the output of the sound if you don't want to hear any signal when you're tuning. A noise gate built into the plugin here. Obviously, we've got stereo and mono inputs up here to switch between. You can also limit the output, so if you want to add a limiter to the plugin, it's built into it here where it limits the output. One thing I really love about this plugin, it comes with a transpose, which sounds pretty good. Everything you've heard through this playthrough to the start was transposed 3 semitones, going from drop A to drop F sharp. So if you're wondering what it sounds like in a mix, that's what it sounds like. And obviously it transposed to -12 all the way to +12. And you can do all those fun octave drops that Spiritbox love to do. I added this cool transpose effect in the mix, just to kind of give you guys an example of what it sounds like. So you can do some cool effects and do all sorts of stuff. There's some presets in here as well. So my guitar is in drop A at the moment, and this is what it sounds like at a dropped octave of 12 semitones. Obviously with transposing, there's a limit, and it all sounds better with single note stuff, but a really cool option. I love that. I'm not sponsored by this plugin or this company or anything. I'm just showcasing it because I thought it was cool. I wanted to check it out and share it with you all. So some of the things I dislike about this plugin, sound-wise, there's nothing I dislike. It sounds amazing out the box. You can get some fun tones, and you'll have a great time messing with all the effects and the ambience and the heavy tones. The only thing I don't like about it is just UI stuff. So if I click on here, intuitively, I would think to click here to get out of it, but it won't do anything. You have to click this button again to minimize it. Sort of like when you go up to the presets here, if you go to factory, you click this and you click off and it goes away. That's just a small thing. And also changing the guitar amps, I thought it was just a dial. So I was trying to click and drag here, but it wasn't doing anything. You have to actually click these little points here, these little stars, which there's 3 other ones down here. So it doesn't make too much sense why you'd click it. There's no little option of the amp name or anything. So that's a couple things I don't like about it. Also, some of these signal chains here, they're a little bit buggy to turn on and off. Sometimes I have to click a few times to get them on. For the price that it's at, if you needed something that was a really solid plugin for rhythms, leads, and had some cool functions like drop tunings, all sorts of stuff, pretty much an all built-in tone building plugin, I'd say this is a really, really solid option, and it's something I'm going to consider buying myself. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you all in the next video.